Tonight we're hearing from the pastor who led a prayer at a high school football game, prompting a complaint by the Freedom from Religion Foundation.
The pastor says he never meant to make anyone uncomfortable, and he shares his story with Channel 3's Natalie Potts.
Well, youth pastor Eric Dill says he didn't drop to his knee last September for the recognition or the 25,000 Facebook views that followed. He says he wanted to help an injured player the only way he knew how.
A neck injury is the scariest part of football.
Youth pastor Eric Dill, a former Central High quarterback, says an injured player had been down on the ground for nearly 30 minutes after a hard hit.
And it was almost dead silence. About the only thing I could hear on the field was like sniffing and just players getting emotional.
Dill says a player asked him to say a prayer and he didn't hesitate. Players and staff joined in. Dill says it was never his intention to upset anyone.
I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to be considerate. I'm not going to force myself. God doesn't force himself on people. He doesn't force himself on people. But if a student asks me, Eric, pray for this, especially in something like this, I'm going to pray.
The Freedom from Religion Foundation filed a formal complaint with Hamilton County Schools saying the coach participation in the prayer violated the constitutional rights of students. The complaint was filed anonymously by a man who attended the game. He wrote in a statement, quote, "The same Christians who are upset that I complained would be the first to riot if a Muslim came to the school to pray. I stand by my decision to complain and hope that appropriate actions are taken." The school system responded to the complaint Monday, saying additional training will take place. Dill says he respects beliefs that are different from his own and hopes others will too.
The person who made the complaint and the Freedom from Religion Foundation are not the enemy. And so we need to make sure that our words and the things that we post and the things that we say and just conversation verbalize that. They're not the enemy.
A spokesperson for the Freedom from Religion Foundation says the group is happy that school officials investigated the situation, but she says they are still concerned that school officials have yet to acknowledge that the coach's participation in the prayer was unconstitutional. The group plans to send a follow-up letter to the school system later this week. Live in the studio, Natalie Potts, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.